Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for March 2022. This is going to be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You could certainly have planets in the sign of Scorpio. But you know, I always feel whatever brought you for the right reason. Don't forget to check out your year in review. I did that to really help you. Maybe understand energy that's coming towards you. So sometimes when we understand it, we make different choices. I don't know. Something is telling me for you to check it out. Some of the bullet points is there could potentially be a proposal. I don't know if it's a proposal of marriage or a proposal of moving in together, that type of thing. But I do feel like there is some type of proposal regarding love that's laid on your table. And I feel like ultimately you're going to have the choice in it. Now, I'm just kind of picking this up as I go. And then also creativity. You know, your yearly spoke about money that you could potentially be making this year from some type of creative endeavor. And I say creative, but you know, it means your money, it means your craft, it means your talents and what you do with them. And I feel like there's a really good chance of making a lot of money this year. However, I don't feel like your purpose of going into it, not everyone, some, was to, like I'm not doing it to become rich, but, hey, it's just comes with it. So I would say don't deny it. Don't be afraid of money. Anyway, that's your yearly. So let's get into your March and see what's going on. You know, time is fluid. So I always feel like whenever you see these is the right time for you. We're going to start with Mother Mary. Get her words of wisdom. You have 2. Nope. Oh, you have 4. We're going to take them because they're all face up. We have be strong. Be strong. I pull myself up and do what needs to be done. We have prayer. Instead of worrying, I pray about the situation to bring about real solutions, right? So that means I'm not covering anything up in this energy, like, I want a real solution. We have honesty. I am in touch with my true feelings regarding this situation. And last but not least, we have optimism. I expect good things to happen, and they do. I expect good things to happen, and they do. Could it be that simple? Maybe. Maybe our intention is everything. So I feel like, first of all, it's saying, you probably had to overcome something you're dealing with. Prayer, I feel like works. But whatever that may mean for you, being honest with yourself in all ways, you know what I mean? Like, no pretending, like, just be honest with yourself completely. And I feel like expecting honesty back, and then optimism. I expect good things to happen, and they do. Okay, we'll put these over here. And what we're going to do, I'm going to use 2 decks for you. I'm going to start with the Light Seers. Already pre-shuffled. I like to give it a couple shuffles with you here, though. And then we're also going to use the Tarot of Night, which I love for you. The imagery is a little darker, so I don't use them all the time, but I have to say, I do love them. But I also love the Light Seers. Okay. They're ready. Some of you wondering why I'm shuffling this way. The deck is just very thick. And, Okay, you ready? I'm ready. You ready? Let's bring the lid down a little bit. And let's begin. We start with the Eight of Pentacles. Great energy, especially as it relates to your money and your craft, your work, your career. Some of you, this can be something new, a new avenue that you're taking, that you're guided towards. This is about putting, if you put your focus here, this is what you will grow. I feel there's I want to say a love for it, but it doesn't mean easy, right? It doesn't mean easy work, but there's a love for it. Interesting. Number 8, new beginning. It also speaks about being willing not to know everything and begin anyways, because as you move along this journey, you'll learn whatever it is you need to learn. Well, hello, Knight of Cups, coming up awful early. It's funny because the person in the Eight of Pentacles, she kind of has her back towards this knight. This knight is a knight that is bringing in some type of fulfillment for you. I can't help notice that he is holding red roses. To me, that represents some form of love. He's got a white horse in the background. I feel like there's purity connected to that. He's not on that horse. So, I don't know. I feel like in between, like, where the horse is at and where he's sitting is maybe, like, I don't know, the impurities. We have the Queen of Cups. Wow. This queen is very receptive to this knight. If this queen has a question of, is this good for me or not so good for me, all she has to do is ask her angels, ask her guides. This queen is very connected. It's like as above, so below. This will certainly talk about soulmate energy. I always notice that she's wearing a key around her neck. We have the Eight of Cups. We have 2 8s. We're going to slide these all over, because now we're going to move into the Tarot of Night. Alright, but first, let's look at this real quick. So we have 2 8s here, right? One is the Eight of Cups, one is the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Cups is the energy where, first of all, I feel like this queen is probably representing you. I feel like this is someone who is connected now, like spiritually connected, earthly connected, connected to her higher self, understands her shadow self, that type of energy. I feel like this may be someone who, for quite a while, has been trying to clear certain energy, or what should I say, learn how to be open to the universe again. I feel like in this Eight of Cups, this is someone who's willing and able to, like, I feel like she's starting on a new adventure. She's heading towards the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is really a time when you're really loving your life. Why? Because you're not carrying the baggage any longer. You've done the shadow work. You can relax within yourself. Doesn't mean life around you is a piece of cake, but you have the tools now to get through, overcome, see them, all that. I feel like this queen is very wise. I don't know where I'm getting that from, but I just feel like she's very wise. Some of you is like, this queen connecting, and then with the Eight of Pentacles, that could also talk about, it's funny, am I connecting people, like, do I connect people to love? Some of you do. Some of you, that's what you do. Maybe you don't know that. Some of you do it for a living. You know, like a matchmaker, so to speak. Some of you may be very good matchmakers, like you've matched your friends up with other, people, and it stood the test of time. Like, you just know the right person for the right person. You may take that knowledge, wisdom, feeling, and you could create a business out of it. I often feel like the best business to create for yourself, if that's what you're doing, comes from your own wisdom, your own experiences. Okay, let's bring in the Tarot of Night, and let's just start at the beginning, right above the Eight of Pentacles. We have Temperance. Temperance. Card of Sagittarius. Temperance is about divine timing, divine order. It's interesting because from the energy of the Temperance, you create from. Let's go right below it. We have, look at that, another Knight of Cups. It's like Temperance is saying to you, like maybe I want love to come in, right? Because she's very connected to what she wants, I feel. I feel like this Queen is very connected to what she wants. But in the same breath, I feel like Temperance is saying, your Pentacles, don't forget to put your focus on your Pentacles, because that's an area that can really grow. I feel like with the Knight of Cups, many times I don't even know this Knight is coming towards me. Maybe I feel it, that type of thing. Or this is someone who, I feel like comes to the realization of you and who you are and what you bring to the table. So there's a lot of love wrapped around you. Let's go above the first Knight. We have the Nine of Wands. First of all, I feel like it's Temperance saying don't give up on love due to what other people have done. Like, don't give up on love, especially new love. You know what I mean? If you're truly feeling connected, and some of you, you're really learning to trust yourself. Don't forget, what do we have over here again? We have be strong, prayers, honesty, and optimism. 91 talks about, I feel like, a long journey, like the end of the cycle. And at the end of the cycle, what I'm meant to do is then reflect back on that cycle. What have I learned? What have I learned about myself? What have I learned about my energy? What have I learned about, staying strong? Nine of Wands I often feel is like the spirit warrior. Like this has not been an easy journey, but I am stronger for it. We have the Magician coming between these two Knights. Interesting. I feel like some of you, not just you though, maybe it's the other way around. I definitely feel like there's someone who has eyes for you, feelings for you. Let's put it that way. I almost feel like saying they caught feelings for you. And, I have to say in the same breath that what emerges from that energy is the Magician. You know, the Magician can be tricky energy to deal with. But nonetheless, I feel like, you know, you have what it takes. We have Justice, card of Libra. I don't know if I said Temperance is card of Sagittarius. Card of Libra, coming above the Queen. It's funny, I feel like some of you have spirit guides who may be of the, let's say, Libra, maybe a Libra, but also it's like, you know, you have different guides that step forward at different times. So I feel like, you know, it's almost like justice is coming to sprinkle like a little fairy dust over you, over your life. I feel you very connected to this guide. It's funny how I'm reading this as a guide, but I do. I feel like now for some of you, you could talk about a divorce, right? A divorce that had happened. Maybe you don't want a divorce. Can it be worked out? Well, I feel like Eight of Pentacles would say if two people are willing to put in the effort. I do have the Eight of Cups, so I feel like, you know, in that case, it does look like someone may walk away. But you know, what's not right for you will fall away. Anyway, I feel like justice is like sprinkling a little fairy dust into your life. Why? Because you deserve it. Because you deserve it. Justice brings fairness into your life or back into your life, let's say. Justice can talk about karmic situations. And if it's other people's karma, let them handle their own karma, right? There's nothing you could do about it. If it's your own karma, you know, it's like, you know, what can I do to pay it off? Some of you may hear about someone who, you know, it doesn't have to be you going through a divorce or a cutting of a commitment. It could be someone else. Maybe two people, maybe you and someone else. Anyways, let's go below the Queen. We have our Empress. I don't know. I kind of love this Empress. You know, she looks like her life is just falling apart, right? And even if that is the case, she is the Empress. So she's got the wisdom to pull herself back up, put herself back together. You know, she looks a little broken. I feel like a lot of you are tired. Like you're tired. Like life, maybe the last cycle has really made you tired. Some of you maybe you became tired of someone. You know, I feel like the Empress represents the mother, so I feel like even like raising the family and doing everything I have to do is quite exhausting. But there seems to be like a freeing up of energy that is coming to you. Again, I feel like we're talking about past cycle and then a new cycle. I feel like that's what these eights are representing. March, we're dealing with a Virgo full moon. We just went through a Leo full moon. And a Leo full moon is all about new beginnings. I feel like Virgo would say, you know what, put a plan in action. You don't have to follow that plan to a T, but maybe you're giving yourself bullet points. Okay, well, let's keep going. We have the King of Swords. Can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then we have, look at this, 2 8 of Cups connected. You know, I feel like this King of Swords also has exhausted me. Like maybe mentally. And listen, I know for some of you, this King could be someone who's coming in. But for someone out there, I feel like, oh, this King has just exhausted me. You know, and listen, and it's the King of Swords. That would mean like communication may have been like crazy, crazy bad. You know what I mean? Mental type games. He's in the upright. I know that. But right now, for someone, I'm feeling that. Like, you know, this is someone who, like every time they open up their mouth, it's a lie. It's not the truth. I know you're not telling me the truth. Like, why are you wasting my time telling me what I know, right? I feel it. I know it. So I do feel like there is the cutting of ties with this person because, why? Because I don't feel like there's a whole lot of change with them. And so be that. You don't have to, you know, it's like, well, maybe sometimes you do have to live with this person, or this person is someone who just, you know, you work with or is around you a lot. I feel like what it's saying is don't allow that to screw up your emotional house, right? You put too much work in, shadow work, understanding yourself, coming, you know, to the point of really starting to love yourself. You have the opportunity for abundance, right? And this is you. This has nothing to do with anybody else. This is you, like your ability. So, all right, let's look at the bottom of the decks. We have the Three of Wands. Let's take Mother Mary's advice and looking at life with an optimistic viewpoint. I expect good things to happen, and therefore they do. I expect good things to happen, and therefore they do. Look how close they are together. All right, I'm not going to take the bottom of this because we're going to continue, and I'm going to use these to look at certain cards. So let's go over Temperance and the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands. Interesting. Interesting. What I think about, I bring about. I feel like Temperance, and if you look at Temperance, it's like, you know, it's like she's pouring down her blessings upon those who are willing to put in the work. Oh yes, there's rewards with that. I feel like that's what your guides are saying. There's rewards for this hard work, these difficult journeys. You know, it's almost like you're being fed epiphanies to help you, to help move you in a certain direction. And I don't know, just a reminder that, you know, if you need your angel's help, if you need God's help, pray. You have to ask for it. Ask for it. Your guides, on the other hand, you know, they are constantly sending you signs, giving you red flags. It's always going to be up to you. Do I see it. I see the red flag. Do I ignore it? But why are we going negative here? Let's go positive, because this is about, you know, like divine, it's like divine thoughts, divine epiphanies. And then you're creating from them. I want you to understand that. It's like then you create from it. I have a feeling this is also talking about a path again that maybe some did not expect, but end up just loving. Like, I fall in love with what I do. How can you go wrong? Eight of Wands is fast-moving energy. I want to say, like, have a notebook beside you, and like a thought comes to you, write it down. Scorpio, you like keeping a list. I know my daughter does. She's a Scorpio. Did I mention it? You guys know that, Jennifer. Um, October 29th, and my brother, shout out to him, Sean, Sean. He is November 6th. He is in Washington, state of Washington, and Jennifer is in Rhode Island, which I just moved from. We have a lot of 8s. Okay. I want to look at... What do I want to look at? Well, let's just go. Let's keep going. Let's look at the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Wands. Look at this with the Angel in the Night. Angel in the Night. It's funny. I feel like... It's funny. I feel like I'm an angel. Yes. But I am like cutting edge. I feel like this is you. Almost like I'm an earth angel. But I do walk the line. And maybe you're meant to. Now, you know, angels have never walked the earth. But I feel like you're, you know, like in the spiritual world, you're looked upon as an angel. I feel like you don't mind dabbling in your dark, in the dark. Not your dark, the dark. I feel like you don't mind dabbling, and I'm not talking about, well, I'm not going to limit it. I was just going to say, I'm not talking about spells or magic. But then again, I'm not going to put a limit on it because I do have the magician right there. So, I definitely feel who's ever in this Knight of Cups, there's something about you that is quite alluring. You know, they like that you walk that line. You're not afraid to dip your toe into the shadow. And by the way, I don't mean anything like drugs and that type of thing. Okay. Let's just go right beside her because we're coming also over the Queen of Cups. We have the Hangman. It's funny because she's got this flower petal and it looks like she is, I'm saying she because it's a female, um, dropping it down to the Empress. This may be part of what I'm saying. I'm feeling the fairy dust. You know, when I'm saying fairy dust, I really don't even know what I mean by that, other than I feel like it's like blessings that come. You know, you feel the magic of it. I feel the Queen of Pentacles seeking, like seeking the seeking her next steps. I feel like your guide is also trying to help you overcome or help you with maybe some of, you know, Nine of Wands can talk about a period of heavy responsibility, right? But not all that responsibility is yours. But sometimes in Scorpio, you're best at taking it all on your shoulders. And you do have to learn not to. Why do you do that? Because that's your heart. I know there's people out there like, wait a minute. I know Scorpio. Listen, I was married to a Scorpio October 31st. And though a great guy and my children's father, he was not a good husband. So I get it, right? But then I know Scorpios who have the kindest heart in the world. I want to go up above Temperance. I have the Six of Wands. Wow, that's a card of victory. You know, that is the energy, especially because we have the Eight of Pentacles in line with that. That is the energy of others looking up to you because of, you know, what you have to say, the action that you're taking. This can be the beginning of, you know, I don't want to say leading people, right? Ultimately, on the wands, I hope to end up as the Emperor and Empress, right? We already have the Empress. So anyways, Temperance is saying, you know, victory will be yours in due time. But when I say in due time, then I see the Eight of Wands, fast, moving. Tell me more, tell me more. Hello, King of Cups. So, King Cups. Of course, it can be you. Can be another Scorpio. Can be Cancer. Can be Pisces. Coming over that Nine of Wands. It's interesting because I feel like, how do I say this? I feel like with this King of Cups, again, it doesn't matter the sign, but I do like that the King of Cups came out with the Queen of Cups also here. So I do feel like a counterpart. But boy, do I feel like this King of Cups, almost like I'm looking at you and I haven't known anyone like you before. I haven't really known anyone like you before. You know, the Queen is the one who's really putting a hold on any type of movement. The Queen really wants to be connected to this energy. Why? Because I feel like I have enough on my plate. But nonetheless, I feel at the same sense like I want to dip my toe in the shadow. Nothing wrong with that, I don't think. Right? As long as you're being honest with yourself. I don't know. I know you guys hate it when I say I don't know. We have the Five of Wands. All right, so I was looking at the Eight of Cups, and I just wanted to see because we have the King up here of Swords, but then we have two Eight of Cups, right? It's the clearing of the emotional house and then the moving on from that. Five of Wands, what does that tell me? That tells me whoever else was in this energy with you, there was a lot of ego going on. The ego didn't serve at that point. It didn't serve. It doesn't serve anyone. Well, I don't want to say your ego never serves you, but not in this type of situation. I feel like, and why? Because I feel like someone always has to be right. So I want to say you want to be right, go ahead and be right. While you're being right, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go dip my toe in the shallow water. Now, it doesn't mean the King of Swords is gone if the King of Swords is who you love or who you will love. This is for someone particular. Let's go above Justice and then the King of Swords. We have the Five of Cups. And then we have the Star. Card of Aquarius. coming over the King of Swords. Could certainly be an Aquarius. You know, I feel like, listen, I gave something all I could do, all I could give, right? Especially as the Empress, right? She's exhausted. She's just, you know, she's not her normal self. I gave everything I could give. It didn't do me any good. So what I did instead is I started to work on me. And I started to understand myself better and the power I give away and the power I deserve. All of that. I started to understand I am the Empress. You know, the Empress doesn't always have to be beautiful and you know what I mean? Like, have her shit together. She's allowed to crumble and fall apart every once in a while. She's still the Empress. That doesn't take away her Empress status. I feel like something exhausted me. Like you exhaust me. Someone exhausts you. Justice has the Five of Cups over it. I know there's a lot of glare, and I apologize. I even took a light bulb right above so it wouldn't glare, but I don't know. It doesn't help. Anyway, what was I going to say? I feel like, listen, I feel like justice, but I want you to think justice more as your spiritual guide. I don't know if I finished my statement early where each guide, you know, has their specialty. Some are better in love, others in money. Whoever is needed will step forward. Maybe more than one, right? Maybe it's money and love. So, I feel like this is talking about, you know, what do I not want to do? I don't want to fall into the energy of woe is me, right? What I want to do is I want to understand, listen, yes, pain is part of life. We all have it. We've all have, you know, we all have our own experiences, but pain is part of life. Sometimes pain teaches us more than happiness ever could. And it's like the happiness is the reward, you know, the reward of knowing you, knowing the self. So, as I move from that energy, I feel like, listen, I feel like one of these Knights of Cups is about opening up your heart chakra, opening you back up to life. You know, it's almost like all I did was this for, like, I took care of the family and nothing else. I gave everything I had to every single one of them, and now I want to start thinking about me. Not that you're not going to think about them, but you left yourself out of the equation. It's time to bring yourself back in. So I feel like your heart chakra is being opened. You know, and then I feel like, you know, the King of Swords does have the star above it, which could mean just Aquarius. But I feel like even though the star is above it, like, I can't control what this king does, right? I can't control it. But what I need to know, what I need to understand is that whatever that king says and does or has done to me, that maybe has made me crumble, it's like you're starting to look at that king like, okay, I cannot change you. And maybe it's not my job to change you, but I can change myself. Five of Cups says there's two cups that have yet to be discovered. What do I want to look at? I want to look at the Empress. We have the Seven of Cups. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? She has a full moon behind her. You know, we're moving into the Virgo full moon. So that would say use your analytical mind when making a choice. Be grounded, right? Don't just make it from your emotional house. Make it from a solid, like making decisions. And I'm not even saying you have to make a decision, but Seven of Cups talks about, you know, if I'm going to choose one of these cups, the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Cups together can be chaotic type energy. But it's coming over the Empress. It's funny how it's like, you know, I'm not really sure what to do here. Where normally I'd be sure what to do. Alright, I'm not done with the Empress. We have the Three of Wands. I feel like whatever choice you make, it's a choice that makes you happy. I feel like whatever decision you decide, and listen, it doesn't mean, like, remember that, I make a choice, I make a decision to do this. Doesn't mean you can't change course. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I feel like you're being guided, to be honest. You're being guided towards something. And it may confuse you a little bit. And I feel like if it confuses you, it may be more of like, you know, oh, can I fit anything else into my life type of thing. But the Three of Wands is saying yes. Three of Wands would be yes all day long. All right, let's come over to this night. I know I'm going all around the table, but it's what I feel. Look at that. I have the King of Wands. So now, who did I just do? I just did Virgo. Also had three kings. Interesting. King of Wands can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. It just means this king, you know, it's almost like I can't take no for an answer. No, I shouldn't say it like that. That sounds forceful, and I don't mean it that way. But I do feel like this king will, you know, goes after what the king wants. That didn't sound right either. Look at this. Two cups. It's the soulmate energy. You're connecting with the soulmate. Now, I want to be very clear. Does that mean because it's a soulmate, it's forever? It all depends. It depends on free will, how you decide to color it, how they decide to color it. You know, stay honest with yourself through this. I feel like it's interesting because I feel like, again, someone recognizing you, like parts of you that maybe other people, you know, were never privy to. This is also beautiful energy of collaboration. Collaboration with someone. Could be two females. We have two females in the soulmates. Could be two females who are soulmates. I feel like it's also it's like the mirror of themselves. I mean, it's coming over the Knight of Cups. And you know what? Honestly, I don't think this is something you say no to. I think it's something you say yes to. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I feel like you're partly responsible. Like your energy helps manifest what it is you want in your life. You know, if this is not about love, this could be about a partnership that could, could you could bring tremendous success, and it could be both. We have the Four of Pentacles. It's interesting. Well, that feels like you're home. Some of you working from home. Five of Swords. Five of Swords talks about toxicity that's around you. Right, and having the realization of that. Two of Pentacles. First of all, I feel like, you know, there's good bad energy and then there's bad energy within a home. There could be both. It could be both in one home. I feel like first of all, I feel like what is bad energy is the energy that I know I no longer want. You know what I mean? Like, let's put it a different way. Like, I've been used to fighting, right? I've been used to going in and you know, and fighting. But fighting for what you feel is right. However, I feel like who I've been fighting with, it gets me absolutely nowhere. You know what I mean? It's like, it reminds me of talking to someone who's drunk and trying to get them to pull their life together, but you talk to them when they're drunk. I mean, you know, what are you gonna get out of that? Probably nothing. First of all, because I feel like the person, you know, it's like giving something up. Well, if I have it in me, you know what I mean? I may easily say, yes, I'll give it up. But maybe, like, let's say it's a glass of wine, but I'm holding the glass. Like, yep, after this glass, right? But then, you know, the glass is going down. You have like that much left and you refill it. You didn't say anything about having to empty it. You know what I mean? But I just feel bottom line is your fighting days feel like they're over. Like, nope. I'm just not going to live that way. I'm not going to be caught in anybody else's drama. I'm going to accept, you know, what the fairies are sending down upon me. We can look at another way as your guides, right? Your guides. And it feels like exactly what, like, your yearly spoke of, love and then money. All right, I'm not going to let this go yet. I'm going to look at the Two of Cups that did come over that night. And let's just pick some of this up. think I just... No. Let's pick it up. I'm going to bring these two out. So actually it came this way. The Knight of Cups and then the Soulmate energy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Light Seers, and I just kind of want to go around it. I have the Four of Pentacles again. This is something within your own home. I have the Queen of Swords underneath. Can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But, you know, I want you to take note of this Queen. Her sword is down. She's looking outwardly. Probably with a sense of optimism, but also realism, right? She's the Queen of Swords, so realism. I have the Empress coming over by the Knight of Cups. Oh my God. And then look at this. I have the Emperor. Look at that, guys. Look at that. The Empress, the Emperor. The Knight of Cups and Two of Cups is what comes between these two. I mean, the Emperor and the Empress together. Now, last month I saw them together quite often, but how ironic that, you know, first of all, we're looking at the Two of Cups. Who is this soulmate? Tell us more about it. Well, you as the Empress or the other person, and then the Emperor would make perfect sense. It's all riding on a cup of love. Now, I want to go above. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like for some reason it's like out of the home. It's out of the home, whether I'm working out of the home. Queen of Pentacles is someone who would put a plan together. And I don't mean like, again, it's like maybe I put bullet points. Because I don't have to stick to it like A, B, C. Maybe B doesn't work right now. We have the Six of Swords. The Four of Swords. And the Hermit. Okay. First of all, if you want to create from the home, if you want to create, period, please do. You know, the Hermit is shining his beacon of light outwardly, which is illuminating this Queen of Pentacles. Can be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We know that. But it's more than that. The Queen of Pentacles, which, by the way, how connected I felt you were. This Queen, I feel like, is carrying the energy of the Hermit. The wisdom of my life. The wisdom of the lessons that I have learned, both inwardly and outwardly. The Hermit, I feel like, ultimately becomes the master teacher, even if that wasn't my plan, right? But listen, the universe is not going to waste this knowledge that you have gained. And then over here, I feel like, you know, so I feel like I have one here who is traveling like a spiritual route. But as I say spiritual, it's very earthly at the same time. It's finding my earthly roots, right? And then I feel here we have one energy, probably the other energy, not probably, the other energy, who I feel like had to leave a situation, And I feel like the Four of Swords coming over that talks about a period of healing, a period of time, right? It's taking the time out, allowing myself to heal. I feel like we're looking at one soulmate here, one soulmate here, one soulmate here, one, right? The Empress and the Emperor, listen, no one's going to get each other like these two do. This Empress she's not looking like the last Empress right now. She's like ready to give birth to something. Boy, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there, but what I want to say is, you know your own power and know that you can take a thought, you can take an idea, and you can literally turn it into a business. You have that capability. This is your year, right? This is your year. Some of you may not even know which direction to go. I feel like everything feels guided for you. Why? Because I feel like you put the work in. You deserve it. You've put the work in. Maybe this other soulmate is still like in a healing period. That's okay. Right? That's okay. Well, I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave it there, guys. Um, you know, I'm glad I checked. So with the Knight of Cups moving into the Two of Cups. I don't feel like I have to go anywhere to find it. Maybe I don't even have to find it. Maybe it just finds me. Maybe I find it through what it is I do. Maybe I find it through collaboration. Don't forget about collaborating. I don't know. I feel like it's tremendous, or it could be tremendous for you. And I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. And I thank you for the love that you send back. I feel it. And I thank you. I really do. I would really be nothing without you guys. So I know that, and I have eternal gratitude for you. I kind of loved your reading. And I kind of can't wait to read your comments. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you for all the ways you support my channel, all the many ways, donations and likes and shares and subscribes. I just thank you, thank you, thank you. May your wishes come true. May your wishes come true. I love you. I'll see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.